Hey, it's Roundtable time where we bring the forums to life, and today we are talking hunting rifles. I'm here with Jim Chapman, Rick Ward, the Urban Air Gunner, and of course, the Godfather, Tom Gaylord. So, gentlemen, when you're looking for a hunting rifle, what are you looking for? You guys are hunters?
Depends on what you're going to
It depends!
I was just going to say that, but I knew he was going to go off on it. So I let you take the brunt.
All right, I'll start.
Okay.
I'm looking for a gun that feels comfortable when I'm holding it. Right here, not on sticks, not on my leg, that when I can take the gun from here and do this. I like that gun. Good weight, good balance.
Same one for a pigeon and a pig?
Well, maybe not, but that's just where I would start. I like something that's comfortable that I can just hold, because you don't always have that area where you can sticks or a blind. Or
you want that in anything that you hunt with. That's
sure.
True. It's true. But I do think you have to decide what you're going to shoot with, and
sure.
and you know whether you're going to go for small game or big game or medium game. One thing that's interesting right now with all of these middle calibers that we're getting, the 30s, the 25s more power, the 30s, the 35s. Mm-hmm. You start to get into this question of transitional guns. This is a gun I can use for smaller or medium-sized game, but I could also use for predator games. Then you get to a question, there's a gun I could use maybe for predators that might go up to a deer or a hog. So you've got a little bit more latitude than you used to have, but you really have to start by saying, what do I want to hunt with it?
So obviously there's not just one gun that's good for hunting. You definitely have to know where you're going after. You don't want to shoot a pigeon in the head with a .357, and you don't want to try to shoot a deer with a .22. Right? What makes a good hunting rifle?
One word: confidence. If you have confidence in the rifle you're hunting with, it means everything.
But I will tell you, for me, I know what my hunting idea of a good hunting gun, perfect hunting gun, regardless of what I'm hunting. And people can disagree because there's a lot of room in this for argument, but I like a compact gun. Okay. You know, go to the big game. You got guys that are going for the most power they can possibly get out of a gun, and they end up with these huge long barrels, and I don't like moving through the woods with something that's that long. There's very few animals that I'll shoot with a 500 foot-pound gun that I won't shoot with a 350 foot-pound gun. So for me, I'm willing to give up length of barrel, give up power. I won't give up accuracy, but I'll give up power to get a more compact, shorter gun, because when you think about it and you're out in the field, you're carrying the gun a lot more than you're shooting it.
Sure.
And if you're in a tight quarter, you can't swing it. And when you're deer hunting or big game hunting, you're in a tight, either a blind or in a tree, and you might have to make an offhand shot somehow, and you can't swing that great big old barrel out there to do that.
All right, so going down the list, if there was the top 5 things you look for in a hunting rifle, really no matter the caliber, if you know the caliber, you know where you're hunting, and you know like kind of direction you're going with the gun, the top 5 things you're saying for you, a little bit smaller.
Accuracy. Appropriate power.
Yeah.
Compactness.
Sure.
A safety that if it's going to be a gun that auto deploys the safety, because sometimes you remove some of the benefit of a fast cycle if you've got to cycle the safety every time, but a lot of guns are going that way.
Safety will ruin the gun for me though. The safety would be in a good place.
But it has to be in a good place. Then the next would be trigger. I want a trigger that's crisp, but I don't want it ultra light. Because again, I'm wearing gloves and have cold fingers a lot of time when I'm hunting.
A little bit of a two-stage, so you're in there and you know I've got the trigger, and then you know when it's trigger
But I want
time.
it to break about 2.5, 3 pounds is what I like in my hunting guns.
Okay. What about you?
I don't have so much cold weather where I'm at, so the take-up on my trigger.
But noise level's got to be big for you, being the urban air gunner.
But I'm not always in there. I do want a very quiet gun, the quietest I can get. But number one would be accuracy. Mm-hmm. The second would be the appropriate power for what I'm trying to take. Mm-hmm. The trigger, in my opinion, I like a trigger that I don't have to creep way off of. I mean, just a very small amount of take-up slack, and then, of course, you know, how much air.
Yeah, that's it. If there was a 6 for me, it would have been shot count.
Right, shot count.
Once you're full, if you don't have to worry about coming back carry tank with you. Tom, what about you?
You wrap up everything they just said, and that gives me confidence.
Yeah.
I like the confidence deal. Oh, that's great, because no, really, can I just say this, that Tom is absolutely right, because it doesn't matter what gun you have.
Yeah.
If you don't know that gun that you're shooting, you're never going to be confident with it. You're always going to second guess your shot.
Like my Quackenbush, I've been hunting with that for 12 years, and I've taken so much game in Africa, around the States. I know that gun. It's like part of my body. Mm-hmm. And when I'm out, I've got so much confidence. But a lot of times, I'm out with a gun that all I've had time to do is shoot it for a couple of days, just to get it sighted in, get familiar with it, a bit familiar. And even when I know it's a shooter, I know I can shoot with it, I never have the same kind of confidence that I do in my one Quackenbush. Who was it who said, beware the man with one gun?
Well, I don't know about that, but Townsend Whalen said only accurate guns are interesting.
And Rossi Morielli said the bigger the better. All right, guys, that's it for this round table. There you go. There's some great tips by some gentlemen who hunt all over this land. And, of course, Tom, who knows hunting game and guns from the get-go. If you got any more questions, check out AmericanAirGunner.com. And we'll be right back with more American Air Gunner. Thanks, gentlemen. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the round table at the range. Today it is competition day, my favorite day, which is why we're out of the cabin. So today we're gonna play a little darts. You guys play darts?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you throw darts?
I like it, yeah.
I'm into it.
So we are gonna play a little dart game with the Air Bolt. We're gonna use the Samyang Dragon Claw. We're gonna do it at half power. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do it open sights. We know that if you put a scope on this thing, it is deadly accurate.
That's too easy.
Easy 50 yards net. It is too easy.
At that distance.
So with
it's
the dartboard from here, it's hard to really tell what numbers are what, and unless you really know a dartboard, you don't really know what numbers are what. So we're gonna go 2 darts apiece, 2 arrows, if you will. Highest score wins. All right, you're up first, Mr. Brancato.
I don't even know where it's hitting. You're getting me to be the guinea pig here, huh?
Well, we'll go this way, and then we'll come backwards.
All right. Now, where's it hitting? Where am I aiming?
Okay, so open sights, from what we know, what we think we know, I'll make this very clear. We think it's shooting 8 inches low and a little bit to the left.
All right. I know where I'm going to aim.
Feel good about it, glasses, gentlemen? Oh, that's just me.
$15. All right, I got a 15.
You're up.
Next.
It's not going to go well.
Knock. No, it's not going to go well.
Oh, now that was punny.
Huh? Scientist out of nowhere? Well. Slide that way through. All right.
Whoa. I was holding at the top of the target, at the top of the 20.
Wow. All right, that's me. All right, gentlemen. So far no good is what I'm understanding, right?
No freaking way.
What was that?
The host gets triple 20.
Triple
Wow.
20!
60. Youch.
Right where I was aiming.
It's good to be king.
Big miss out. All right, you're up again. I think I'm gonna go for a bullseye this time. What about you?
I'm going to try and hit the target.
Yeah,
Yeah,
safe enough.
there's that.
Right off 11. Wow, so maybe it's kind of getting dialed in a little bit
That's
more.
actually where I was holding it.
All right, guys, let's see. Where should I put it now? 4.
64.
Oh man. 4?
He's upset and he's winning.
I think you can. 14.
What do you got? Top center? 12 o'clock or top
It's
hay
not going to help.
bale? It's not going to help. It's not.
Guys, here's the thing. If we can get our arrows out of there, we can run it again and add your scores. There you go. Well, the funny thing is, and I know people are thinking this, you guys think we come out here with all these guns dialed in, with all these great
Oh,
scopes,
yeah.
spend all this time. We really don't. We wing this. We come out with a truck full of targets, a truck full of lumber, and
We're
a
all
bunch of
looking at
guns.
each other going, where's it hitting? Coming back, I'm going for the top of the hay bale. I might as well tell you. I'm just going to aim for the top of the hay bale.
That's
what do you
smart.
guys think?
That's smart. That'll be good.
Center cut?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's where we're
Go
going.
top of the front end of the hay bale. Nice shot. 13.
Lucky 13.
Let's go take a look at this. I'm dying to see how this looks up here. So the good news is you can actually see all the arrows down there. It
Yeah.
looked like they were all like flying
Yeah.
through. So oh, okay. So I was wrong. Our scorekeeper was wrong. That's a double 20.
Yeah.
So I end up at the top of the. That 13 didn't come in too bad from center. And who's this 14?
That's mine.
Yeah, so those are pretty close to center. I was shooting for center.
Yeah, I was actually holding right in line with this. So
Really? And I was holding like, so.
Yeah.
I thought it was shooting to
wait.
the right. I was holding over here.
Yeah,
Who
that's
got
what
the
I thought.
15?
And I was
the first
actually
one.
going straight down.
That was
line.
Joe's first shot.
Joe got the 15 and
Yeah.
then the 13. Oh, it's not nice. The
So I'm
28 for you.
consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, 44. Not too shabby. Jim, are you on the board? Oh,
Yeah, I went
you're over
through
there.
here and up over there.
over the top.
I put money on the fact that you couldn't throw 44.
What'd you get, Tyler?
Look at that.
I think just
Lost a knock
just
on
the
that one.
14.
I gotta tell you, the thing I'm the most impressed
I
with
beat you for once?
Hey man,
is
you did a good job.
that the dartboard held up.
Yeah, that's true.
If we can pull these out of the wood, guys, we can run this again. So we're going to close it up here. Great time playing air bolt darts, which you can do
At home.
at home. You know, get your friends together, get some air bolts, get some dart boards, get a better backstop than this, and what a great game. If we can get these out, we're going to shoot some more, but probably not. So that concludes this round table. Gentlemen, well done. Good shooting, good shooting. And as we know, next time we'll do it with a scope, because you get a scope with this thing, and we're going to play some cricket with a scope.
There you go.
Now you got something.
Now we
I
want
like
to.
it.
All right?
I like it.
This is our first start. We're just figuring it out as we go. If you guys want to see any more videos, any more roundtables, check us out on our YouTube channel and, of course, AmericanAirGunner.com. We'll see you next time. All right, can we? Yeah.
No, I ain't happy, bro.